Hey everybody, welcome to another slashing good movie review here on, of course, Sell Me a Movie, which is a subcategory here on the Cavalier Studios YouTube channel, where what we do is we discuss films that are either out in the theaters today, streaming, or even available on Blu-ray or 4K. Now, today we'll actually be discussing a movie that was out in theaters for a little bit, but I mean, it's gone away now, and that is The Strangers, Chapter 1.
Hello there, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and children.
Now, when it comes to Strangers, the very first one with Liv Tyler, I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially when it first came out. Probably one of my more favorited horror flicks or slasher flicks, as it will, only because of the fact that not only is it based on a true story, but also the scariness feature of it, which is the fact that they went off and they just basically unalived individuals because they were home. There's no real reason to do it other than that, which is scary on in itself, just because of the fact that you do have a lot of individuals out there who will do that because there's some type of motive or because that's who they are wiredly, not so much of the fact that let's just go ahead and do it because you were home, which is kind of eerie and creepy all on its own. Now, there are 3 films within The Strangers, which is, of course, The Strangers with Liv Tyler. Then there's The Second Strangers, which I can't remember the name of that. And then, of course, The Strangers Chapter 1, which is a prequel to the first film with Liv Tyler. Now, the second one I was kind of meh about, and I won't spend a lot of time on this only because of the fact that all I will have to say about Strangers Chapter 1 is the same thing. It's kind of meh in a way. There's not a lot that I can say about this film. Now, it did have a lot of good elements to it, such as creepiness, eeriness, that, you kind of nail-biter in a way in most cases, but overall, though, it was kind of a meh movie. One of the things I will complain about is the fact that it says Chapter 1, but it starts off with a sequence where one of the actual killers does unalive someone, so where does that fall into it being the very beginning? If this is supposed to be the very beginning of the film or the series, then why are we seeing somebody who is unaliving individuals prior to the main storyline? So I don't really agree with that line in a way. I don't really understand why they went with that to showcase that, but I mean, I'm not the writer or the director. The other thing I will say is it did follow some tropes that I did write down. Of course, some of the tropes that it did follow within the horror genre is the fact that, the car won't start, and the boyfriend is kind of a jerk, especially when they're eating at a restaurant, and he makes a joke, but it's kind of like a jab to the waitress, which is cliche within the horror genre as well. They're obviously a couple from the city, takes a trip, and stuck in rural America. The timeline, too, you don't really know exactly the timeline other than the fact that the main actress has a flip phone. So there are a few things in there that, is either tropes or didn't fully understand the direction why they went. Overall, I do think that if you are a fan of the Strangers series, go ahead and check this out. I would honestly wait till it becomes free on streaming, because some of you may think that you may not get the time back. But, I mean, that's my thought on it. What did you guys think? And if you're not following us, be sure to follow us on all social platforms, as well as subscribe down below. Leave a comment, hit the like, because all your support helps. And we'll see you guys next time for the next review.